Hey y'all, this is Brenda from Slapout Homestead, and today we're making dewberry pie. Do you see what I see? Now, do you see what I see? Delicious. And prolific. I'm gonna get busy picking. We're gonna have a pie. Make sure and get some that are still a little bit red, well, a little purple. Purple instead of black. Then you get some tartness to help offset the extreme sweetness. I just cut a whiff of honeysuckle. Back in the back 5 acres of the property where things are kind of wild. Oh my gosh, look at this. My goodness. Yes, we're gonna have pie. Look at all that. Alright y'all, excuse me if I put this camera down so I can use both hands. Because there's a bunch up in there. See y'all in a bit. Aren't those gorgeous? Purple fingers. There's proof. Not a huge haul on this run, but if I mix these with what I already have, it's going to make a right nice pie. Let's get back to the kitchen and make something yummy with these. Well, I was going to stop right here at the front flower garden and get some raspberries to throw into our mixture, but it looks like the raspberries are about all picked. That's okay, we got a bunch of them in the house. Add them in with our dewberries and make a yummy pie. Alright, on to the kitchen. Okay, we are in the kitchen with our berries that we picked. Aren't they beautiful? And now we're going to turn these into a pie. So to our ripe berries, we're going to add a mixture of 3/4 cup sugar and a 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon. We're going to stir those around. We're also going to add in a teaspoon of lemon zest. Which I just grated from a fresh lemon. We're also going to add a teaspoon of lemon juice. I'm going to toss that around a little bit again. Now for our thickener, I'm going to use 6 tablespoons of cornstarch. We're going to toss that through. Going to blend that all together, and then we're going to let it stand for 30 minutes. So we've got a good 6 cups of berries, 3/4 cup sugar with a 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon mixed into it, 1 teaspoon lemon juice, 1 teaspoon lemon zest, and 6 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now that is going to stand for 30 minutes while we make our crust. Alright, our berries have been standing for 30 minutes. Nice and juicy. In the meantime, I have preheated my oven to 400. Made my pie crust, and I have my pie bird here. The pie bird prevents the bubbling to go out. It helps with that anyway. Creates a venting from the bottom through, and then it steams out the hole. So the berries go in the pie crust, and I saved you the process of making pie crust. If you want, I'll put that in another video. But I make a shortening pie crust. Alright, so we'll get our berries in there and even them out a little bit. It's going to be delicious. Now we dot the top with butter. And this is just unsalted butter. Actually, this is salted. That ought to add a nice little boost of flavor. I think I'll put a little bit more. I love making fruit pies. And I love eating fruit pies. Right there. It's going to end up being a whole stick of butter on the top, isn't it? Okay, so we've got our top buttered. Now we're going to put our top crust on. I already made a hole for my bird. Put it on there a little crooked. There we go. And at this point, I just fold under the sides. It doesn't have to be beautiful. We're not putting this pie in the county fair. But we probably could. And this is not my mom's recipe. Mom never made pies with our blackberries, basically because we would eat too many of them on the way home. So we never really left enough to make a pie. I think I might need to bring some of that over here. There we go. Yep, not going to be pretty, is it? But I'm not worried about it. I'm assuming you aren't either. It'll definitely look homemade. We'll just put it like that. Alright, so once we turn it under and make ourselves a ridge, that's what we're trying to do, is make a little mountain range right around the edge. Probably alright. Now we do the fancy part. It's just a thumb and a couple fingers. And like I said, it doesn't have to be pretty. You can even just go around the edge with a spoon like this, all the way around. You can use a fork. All the way around. However you want to do it, it's your pie. I've just always done it this way, and so it just comes natural. Okay, now we're going to cut some slits in the top, just in case. And then what I like to do to make it pretty is, this is 1 egg beaten with a teaspoon of water. And I'm just going to brush it on there very thinly. You don't want it glopping up in the low spots. Just very lightly smooth it around. There, I think that's going to be nice. Then, to make it even more pretty, I'm going to sprinkle the top with some of this here sugar. This is pure cane sugar. That's what I used for to add into the berries for the filling too. I know it looks like a lot, but it's really not. There we go. That's going to be beautiful. Now we put our pie in the oven, which is preheated to 400 for 30 minutes. After the 30 minutes, we're going to put foil over the edges and drop the temperature to 350 and bake it for 30 minutes longer. Isn't that going to be pretty? Alright, let's stick this baby in the oven at 400. And I already put a cookie sheet on the rack underneath just in case it boils over. It shouldn't with the pie bird and the slits that I made in the crust. Let me reinforce those slits now that I've put that. There we go. Now that I put the egg and sugar on there, there we go. Now I feel even better about it. Alright, so in the oven we go for 30 minutes at 400. Alright, it's time for our pie to come out of the oven. Isn't that beautiful? It smells so good. Now comes the hardest part of the entire process. Waiting for it to completely cool before I cut into it. That's going to be so good. It's still bubbling over here. And none of it overspilled into the oven, so I'm happy about that. Actually, I'm happy about all of it. Oh my gosh, it looks so delicious. And the sugar got all crusty on top. Can't wait to cut into this later. Gotta wait for it to completely cool. Man, exercise and patience, for real. Alright, once we're all the way cool, I'll bring you back and we'll cut into this beauty. See you in a little bit. Alright, it's time to cut into our pie. Oh my goodness, that looks delicious. So that is going to get heated up, and it's going to have a big glob of vanilla ice cream right next to it. Yummy delicious.